Going for two, kickers are extra, I give them the boot. Ooh, going for two, sit back, relax while I grab me a brew. Ooh, now I'm reclining while putting my time and I'm ready to go. My spine is aligning and much my lineups, my bank account grow. I am so rich, but knowledge is all that I'm leaving it with. Ooh, listen to this, multiple options, how far can I get? Ooh, DFS Dynasty redraft tonight, I'm not finishing last. I'm finishing past any and all, I am looking to last. What else? This spot is popping and I am so locked in and only opening the door when it is opportunity knocking. And all of these spots keep on talking and talking. So what are we talking? What kind of alignment? And running it deep, even players forgotten or came from the bottom or hitting that top end. And this spot is popping, yeah, this spot is popping. And woo! This is the armchair, yeah. Put up your arms, yeah. Sound the alarm, yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo!
What is going on, guys, and welcome to episode 355 of the Armchair Fantasy Show. I'm your host, of course, Geoff Lambert. You can follow me on Twitter at JeffLambert77. Of course, we're here every Wednesday night on Facebook Live, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. And we're also now on our own website, goingfor2.live. Has all of our audio and video stuff there. Of course, you can find us on all major podcast networks. If you're currently on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe button. We finally hit that magical number. We are now a partner with YouTube, thanks to our viewership. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Jamie, who says already that he's only here for the intro song, but that's all right.
Jamie does that every week. He needs a new joke.
Yes, needs a new joke. All right, guys. So we got a great show tonight, but first let me introduce my co-host, Mr. Ryan Steerfoss. What's up, Ryan?
Oh, not much, man. Glad to have survived Bachelor Party weekend, and glad to be here and have a voice again.
I can tell that you didn't have a voice for a while.
Dude,
it's starting to come back.
It was crushed. I mean, I couldn't do anything other than whisper on Sunday.
Great. All right, our guest tonight, first time on the podcast, Steve of IDP Guys, and he's also of the Fantasy Six Pack, and you can follow him on Twitter at IDP Hunter. He's an IDP guru. Steve, man, what's up?
Not much. How y'all doing? I'm honored to be here.
Absolutely, man. So I know you haven't been doing this for a very long time. So why don't you give my listeners a quick rundown of what you do at IDP Guys and what you do over at Fantasy Six Pack, and of course, talk about your rankings too.
Right. I'm a writer for both sites. I do the waivers article for Fantasy Six Pack, and I write over at IDP Guys. But I also have on YouTube, I have an IDP rankings channel that people subscribe to. I also do the ECR rankings for Fantasy Pros, and this week I am the number 2 IDP ranker, and I'm 4th on the season.
Good stuff, man. Congratulations.
Beautiful. That's awesome.
That is awesome, because as someone that does rankings, it's not easy, that's for sure. It's very time-consuming, and you got to react.
Especially IDP, it's like trying to go fishing in a storm when it's thunderstorm. Yeah. I mean, what do you do? So, IDP is a little bit of a challenge.
It is. I can definitely agree with that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, real quick before we get started, I wanted to plug our charity contest, DFS for Toys. Basically, we are doing a DFS tournament for Thanksgiving. We do it every year. You can find all the details at goingfor2.com/toys. Basically, it's free to enter. Donations, of course, are accepted. We are giving away this sweet championship belt that I got down here. You can see that. We're giving that away to the first prize winner. Our goal is $1,000. We're up to, I think, $600 now, so a couple more weeks to go. If you haven't registered yet, please go do that at goingfor2.com/toys. The link's there to register. The link is there to donate. All the details on the contest are also there as well. So if you still got time, go sign up real quick and join us for a good DFS thing for a good cause. All right, we got a great show tonight. We are going to do a something new. We haven't done this before. It's going to be a rest of season mock draft. We're basically going to look at everybody from here until the end of the season and figure out which guys we would do if we started a mock draft right now. But of course, we always kick it off with a nonsense draft.
Attention, everyone. Let's mock draft.
All right. Today we are drafting, and the show sheet that I have up actually is wrong. The one which one do y'all have? Because I have the wrong listing here. I have the one it's supposed to be things that you like that everybody hates. Is that what y'all have?
That's what I have now. But when you sent the thing earlier, it had something different.
I changed it, and then for some reason it didn't change on my end. So At least hopefully y'all got the right copy. But yeah, we're doing things that you like that everybody else seems to hate. And Steve, you are the guest here, so you get to go first.
I mean, you know what I'm going to say. I live my life through IDP lenses. I like low-scoring games. I like the snow. I like the rain. I like the ball getting punched out and fumbles everywhere. I like give me a 3-0 game in Pittsburgh any day of the week. You might not like it. The fans might not like it. I don't care. That's what I want to see.
I love it.
I'm a fan of the number one defense in the NFL. I agree.
Yeah, he's a Ravens fan, so he knows all about defense. Ryan, you got the 102 here.
Dude, I wish this was the opposite way because it'd be much easier for me because I hate a lot more things than I like. This one's really weird though. I'm a fan of when people either forget my name or get my name completely wrong.
You hate being called Brian.
And so, like, either way, it's if they forget my name, chances are I've already forgotten theirs, and I don't feel bad because I'm terrible with names. And a lot of times when customers get my name wrong, I just go with it. I get called like Fred or something crazy on the phone, and I just never correct them because I think it's really funny.
That's hilarious. All right, I got the 103, and this is a weird one. I was thinking of different kinds of foods that people seem to hate, and probably one of the most famous hated foods, it was in all those sitcoms when we were kids, is Brussels sprouts. I actually love Brussels sprouts. If they're done right, my wife does them with maple syrup on them. I've had them with honey on before. You eat them hot and spicy. I love me some freaking Brussels sprouts. So that's my 101 there, Brussels sprouts.
You like punishments?
What was that?
Do you like punishments?
I like punishments. Have you ever had good Brussels sprouts, man?
Never in my life.
I actually had good Brussels sprouts tonight.
Really? Yeah.
They were like part of like a gnocchi and sausage dish. Yeah, it was pretty good. They weren't bad at all. I like them, but I would never eat them. I would never order them by choice.
Jamie says he cooks bomb sprouts, whatever those are. That sounds like a weapon of mass destruction.
It's made with Cleveland water, so it can't be good.
Never heard of that.
The water from Cleveland, it's gross.
It's gross. All right, Steve, what you got for your 104 here?
Well, you guys are talking about food, so let me go with this. I like cold pizza. Give me a cold pizza out of a box any day of the week. Look at Ryan's already chagrining over there.
I hate any food that's not steaming hot.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of cold pizza. Cold pizza is one of those things you either love it or you hate it, and I'm not a fan of cold pizza either. No.
So I've been married 20 years, been dating the same woman too, so 22 years, and the secret to that is being able to master leftovers and eat the cold pizza if it's there. If you can master eating leftovers and not have to worry about a 4-course meal every night, you're going to be a happy camper.
Love it. Ryan, you got the 105.
I'm going to go with Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" song. there ain't nothing like Christmas when Mariah comes on.
I love it. I did not see that one coming.
Dude,
for sure.
Part of it's because I like to annoy people, and the other part is I love Christmas. My house is decorated already. It's fantastic.
So my wife plays it all year round.
We'd get along.
Yeah. To be fair, I had Christmas music on my list as well. I didn't have a song specifically, but just in general, which is weird. I don't like it at work. I work in retail, so they play Christmas music continuously over and over and over and over again. I can only listen to it when I'm at home. I'm drinking like some hot cocoa. Maybe we're decorating the tree. I can do Christmas music, but at work, I don't like it as much. But that was on my list as well.
Hey, shameless plug here, guys. If you guys like John Bon Jovi and you like Week 10 waiver wire IDP players, well, I just wrote an article. Every single one of my player has a nice John Bon Jovi plug over at the Fancy Six Pack. Check it out.
John Bon Jovi.
Yeah. John Bon Jovi, my friend. Laying you out with a bed of roses. IDP 6-pack.
All right. I'm up at the 106, and I'm going to go with oatmeal raisin cookies.
I love those.
Yeah, I don't know why people don't like them. I love them. Like when you get the box that has like the 3 assortments, is like one's just chocolate chip, one's a double chocolate chip, and then there's like the oatmeal raisin. Those ones are always the ones that are left over, and I love it because I love those. They're done right. They can't be too crispy. They got to be soft. Sometimes they cook them a little bit too much, and they're crunchy. They got to be soft because if they're soft and done right, then I love me some oatmeal raisin.
Do you dip them in milk to make them a little soft? Because that's
not those ones. I dip my Oreos in milk, but I can't dip the oatmeal ones in milk. They just got to be soft in general. All right, Steve, you got your last pick here, number 7.
Okay, I'm gonna lose your audience on this one, but I really like board games.
Love board games.
Screw all you millennials that want everything fast, Xbox 360, boom, 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 ADHD. Now, give me a strategy game. Give me Chutes and Ladders. Give me Monopoly. Give me best case scenario. Sorry. And then plus it puts all the family together. They have to talk to each other. God forbid we communicate, right? So give me a board game any day of the week, especially if it's a rainy day outside when you're stuck at home. And give me that. A board game.
I love board games.
Yeah, me and my daughter play board games a lot. Matter of fact, we were just playing Monopoly, but not the regular Monopoly. It's called Monopoly Build, where you have to build these towers in the middle. Literally just yesterday, we were playing that Monopoly Build game. She loves it.
Awesome. We get a little situation in my house, though. Let me just vent to you. So it's me and the little one. We fight like Donald Trump over property. So we'll have the whole board, and the older one will quit, and then the mother will end up giving all the money to her. So it's like a whole Access and Allies kind of thing going on.
Dude, last time we played Monopoly in my house, my fiance called me a fucking slumlord. And
well, what you do is you get those railroads and you jack up all the prices. If you get a whole street to yourself, you're made. You got it set because they can't roll the dice and get off the street. So if you can get a whole street to yourself or maybe the utilities, you're going to win.
You're good. All right, Ryan, what's your last one here? You got the 108.
Jeff, you know about this one for me. I have a very much of affinity for trash reality television. I love like the trashier, dirtier the better. I came in a little bit closer to game time because I was watching the challenge before this. And I'm like itching to be able to stay awake to watch the second half of it after the show, which I probably won't. I watch House of Villains. I watch all the dating shows. I like seeing train wrecks. I love seeing all these people who are psychopaths.
Yeah.
And Ryan, it cracks me up. Not the Kardashians, Jamie. It's like either dirty dating shows, but the challenge, there
was a couple shows like 3 weeks in a row that Ryan was a little bit late to the show, and Ryan's never late. In the 5 or 6 years we've been doing the show, he's never late, but it's because those were like some kind of season finale he just could not miss. So he was
I didn't want to know who won, dude. It's like legit for $1 million contest. That's the only one I'd like really hesitate for.
I'm gonna test the waters here. You guys like Fear Factor?
I mean, back in the day.
I like stuff where people got to eat crazy stuff and do challenges and obstacles. That's right.
The challenge is your show, then.
Yeah.
It's the best of all of them.
Good stuff. All right, I'm going to round it out here with my last pick. And I don't know. Whenever I go to like Buffalo Wild Wings, they always ask you, do you want ranch or blue cheese? And I always get blue cheese. And people give me that look like, ew. I love blue cheese, especially with Buffalo Wings. It's the perfect go-to. I don't know. Ranch is okay. I could do ranch if I had to, but if I have a choice, it's definitely blue cheese. So I love me some blue cheese. I'm not too big on the dressing in the salad, but give me some Buffalo Wings and I'll take blue cheese all day.
I don't think wings should be dipped. You should suffer.
Just suffer.
Just suffer. No matter how hot it is, you just eat them. You do not dip them.
Fair enough. All right, let's get into some football stuff.
News and notes from around the league.
All right, first one here. I'm going to go to you, Steve, on this one. The Vikings are going to open up Justin Jefferson's practice window. I think that gives them 21 days to practice. My question to you is, if you own Justin Jefferson, let's say, he misses this week, obviously, but say he's back week 11. Are you just throwing him into your lineup immediately? Week one, first week he's back. Are you going to wait and see how he does before you put him in? Because he's got a new quarterback now. He's coming off of a hamstring injury. He could potentially go out and get hurt again. Are you just firing him up?
Good question. And I mean, that comes down to your record. Are you winning right now? Are you in the game, or are you below 500 tanking it? It all depends on your record. I mean, again, anybody coming off an injury, unless you are Jordan Brooks, I had to get some IDP in there in your freaking nature. You can't really rely on him week 11. I could see 12, 13 moving forward, but it all depends. If you're on the break and you need a win and you need that high upside, then yeah, I would start him in that regard, but I wouldn't expect anything.
Yeah, I think if you own Justin Jefferson, you pretty much probably have to play him. But I can see your point, though. If you already had a good replacement that's been doing pretty well and you don't want to risk that, you just need somebody, to go out there and not get hurt and get you a 0, I think you can play that guy. But I think Jefferson's starting. I think you're starting him. What about you, Ryan? What are your thoughts?
It depends on your team. Like, if you're in a deep dynasty team and you have a stacked squad and you can survive, great. But if you're desperate and you need points, I know the quarterback situation is iffy, but we're fine. It's Justin Jefferson, dude. If he's healthy and if you see him warming up and in pads, you're doing it. But it's gonna be one of those things that's gonna be last minute before we get an announcement.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna tell us till 5 to 10 minutes before game time. It's gonna be really annoying.
Yeah, agreed. I think it'll be one of those things that we find out last minute for sure.
I'm gonna leave him out of my roster until Sunday morning. It's one of those when we find out at 12:50, maybe a last minute switch, which going through a dozen leagues is terrible, but that might be your only chance to really be safe.
Yeah. Another guy coming back from injury, Ryan, Kyler Murray, officially activated and will start this week. Superflex League, you've lived without Kyler Murray to this point. Are you going one more week without Kyler Murray, or are you putting him in week 1 here?
Maybe starting compared to the quarterback landscape in general right now. I hate to say it, how bad can it be? I know the Lions are playing okay defense, but he still has rushing upside. He's been out for a while to heal, but we have people talking about Cal Ripken right now, and it's gross. The whole
I'm in a league where I got outbid in Fab to get what's his name from the Giants. I can't think of his name now.
Dude, we're in a league
Tommy DeVito.
Yeah. The NFL right now is in the part for fantasy football where people are happy if they have Josh Dobbs. They are literally happy that Josh Dobbs is on your team. Could you imagine saying that sentence a year ago? No, it's disgusting right now. You have to start Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're starting Danny DeVito, the short twin off the Twins, you looking at Kyler Murray, that looks good to me.
Yeah.
This is the worst quarterback landscape I think we've seen in a long time for fantasy football. It's vile.
I thought I was golden. Superflex League, I got Patrick Mahomes, I got Justin Fields, and I have Jimmy G. Thought Jimmy G's a pretty good quarterback 3. Now he's benched. Justin Fields is hurt, and Mahomes is on a bye. And I'm like, man, I need Danny DeVito on my team because I got nobody to start this week.
I'm in 32, same thing. I'm in 32, and I had Aaron Rodgers, and I'm stacked in that 32. So I made a hustle for Ryan Tannehill. What happened there? I'm screwed. So now I'm hoping Danny DeVito shows up, and we got a little taxi. If you guys remember that show.
Sticking with the Cardinals, Steve, we got James Conner potentially returning from IR as well. Similar question to you. Are you firing up James Conner? He's a little bit different here because he's a running back. Quarterbacks are, pretty much going to do their thing, but a running back here coming back from injury. Is he startable?
See, that's the thing. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the injury report. James Conner, he's been ugly, but his numbers have been strong. But, the Cardinals have been kind of a carousel with different guys there. So I don't know his situation, but even when I had him as a healthy player, I wasn't relying on him. It was nice that I was getting stuff. The Cardinals clearly want to run the ball. Yeah. But, no, I'm not relying on him.
Falcons are also 5th best in the league against running backs for fantasy points.
Yeah.
So I'll sit and wait.
Yeah, I think he's the one I can wait on for sure. I think you're probably right, Steve. You probably weren't taking Conner in your drafts to be your RB1 or your RB2, maybe not even your RB3. So you're probably already set up to be without him anyway. I want to wait and see how he does, and I definitely want to put him against the Falcons too with that decent defense. All right.
The guy came back from cancer, for crying out loud. He can beat anything. You know what I mean? But
100%.
So I just a running back. I don't trust it.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm waiting on him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get to our rest of season mock draft.
Attention, everyone. Let's mock draft.
All right, let me pull up the mock, and then I'll explain how we're doing this. So it's only a 4-team league that we're going to do. We're just going to be drafting. It's a linear draft. It's not going to be like an official fantasy draft. This is just so we can draft some players for rest of season. And I went ahead and auto-drafted the first 44 picks because I think people know they're already starting Christian McCaffrey rest of the season. They're already starting Mark Andrews rest of the season. So I want to get all the give-me's out of the way, get to some good players as we get down towards the bottom here. And as we go through this, it's going to be a super flex league, non-tight end premium.
Does our current roster matter for this, or are we just drafting?
Just drafting. Yeah, there's not going to be a roster. You're not roster building or anything like that. So we're just going to be drafting guys. As we go through it, if you guys can just sort of talk through your process on, guys that are available, guys you're looking at, and why you decide to pick the guy that you do. Just to give the listener some insight into what you're doing for the rest of the season. Because right now, people are making decisions on that rest of the season. Are they going to be starting this guy? Are they trading this guy away? Who do they prefer rest of the season? Is there a guy in the waiver wire they want to put ahead of the guy they have on their team? Those kind of things. So we each have our own team, and then Sleeper has one team. I did a 4-team league, so Sleeper wouldn't screw us up too much. It's only going to be an auto draft for the Sleeper team. But I'm going to go ahead and hit the resume button here. And Amari Cooper goes at the 12-1, which puts Ryan on the board at the 12-2. So, Ryan, if you can kind of talk to some of the guys that are on the board.
Yeah, so right now the board, my top of my draft board for me is Ken Walker, Jonathan Taylor, and that's my top 2 choices right now. I'm going to lean Jonathan Taylor. We're seeing a slight uptick in the way his usage has come in. Ken Walker's a little bit banged up. I still like him much, much more than Charbonnet, but I think he gets last share with Terry. But Jonathan Taylor's always been beast on the field, and he's getting he's going to be getting a ton of volume. We've seen it jump every single week since he's back, and he's been at 75 and 90 yards. He's going to be back to form here very soon if he's not already there.
Yeah, I think he had 75 or 78% of the snaps this last game. So Zach Moss is no longer a thing.
No, he's going to be a top 10 back. And he's super involved in the passing game. That's the other thing. Like 5 targets last week is huge.
All right, Steve, you're on the clock here. What you looking at?
I'm looking at wide receiver because, there's a lot of flex spots that I can fill here. And Michael Evans is looking kind of good to me. I don't see no reason why not to take Evans. He's always on rosters. I mean, was he wide receiver 3? It says 13 on the season. Let me sign me up for that. I'll take Mike Evans.
I didn't even see him on here.
Yeah, he was
How low down was he?
Yeah, he was pretty far down there for some reason. I don't know why.
Because fantasy football hates Mike Evans for no reason.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it really does. He's the most underrated player every year. And everybody seems shocked when he does what Mike Evans does, which is 1,000 yards, double-digit touchdowns.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so I am on the clock now at the 12-4, and I'm looking at one of the running backs that Ryan looked at in Ken Walker. I'm also looking at another running back that's a little bit further down the list that's been, unfortunately not getting the touchdowns because he's got a quarterback that seems to always get those tush-push touchdowns. But DeAndre Swift's been getting a ton of usage just in general. And a really good offense too. So I'm going to take Swift here at the 12-4. And then Drake London goes at the pick for the sleeper pick, and then it's back to you, Ryan.
Completely contradicting what I thought last week, and I was proven wrong about that Steelers offense. Deontay Johnson is the man for them in PPR. We've seen, since he's been back, 6 targets, 14 and 9. Like, he's been high volume the last 2 weeks.
And finally
apparently, Kenny Pickett can't throw over 8 yards, and that's it for him.
Yeah, good call. You go ahead and just draft him if you're able to on your phone there.
Yeah, my bad. Dude, I do not like him on my phone while we're on show. It throws me off.
All right, Steve, you're up next here. What you got?
All right, this one's a little Puka Nacua. He's wide receiver 5 on the season. The only concern I have with him, he's got a couple stinker weeks, the last 2, week 8, week 9, week 6. But other than that, I mean, the guy checks out 10, targets, 11 targets, 7 targets, 12 targets. So that's who I'm taking. I'm taking Puka there, and I'm hoping for some upside.
I like it. I like Puka. I think it's going to depend on the quarterback situation there. They did
Right.
get Carson Wentz, but hopefully Matt Stafford comes back and is what he was before the injury. All right, so I am up on the clock, and the running back that I was considering the last time around is still on the board. So that's a simple push for me. I'll take Ken Walker. I'm taking him over guys. Aaron Jones is still on the board, who's finally seems to be healthy. But after that, I mean, this guy's like Miles Sanders and Alexander Madison. So I'll take the last one of the last viable running backs on the board, Ken Walker. Computer takes George Kittle there at the 14-1, and Foss, we're back to you.
Honestly, I could have took this over my last 2 picks, and I'm kind of sad I didn't, just because he was just rated too low on here. I think he's going to be flying up the draft boards next year, and that's Rachaad White. He is getting real involved, and in PPR, holy cow. Like, he had a slow week in PPR this week with 4 targets, but he had 20 carries instead. He's been en fuego, and it doesn't seem like it's a fake thing. It feels real.
Yeah, I 100% agree. He was he won me some money this weekend in both FanDuel and DraftKings, because I had him in pretty much all of my DFS lineups. So yeah, he's been we called him on our last show. We called him ETN light because he's been getting that kind of usage in that offense. So I like it. Steve, you're up.
Okay, Jeff sniped me because that was an excellent pick. I'm looking at this running back wasteland. It's getting very scarce. We're in the later rounds. There's only one guy I feel good about. I don't want sleepy time Aaron Jones. I don't know what the heck to think of Williams. Pierce is having injury prone year. So the only guy, and I have to go off the grid to get him, I'm taking Alvin Kamara, who's RB7 on the season. Didn't even play the first couple games of the year. If you look at week 4, RB9, week 5, RB7, week 6, RB10, week 7, RB2. Look at the targets, 11, 22, 19, 17, 9. He's coming on. The only reason he's buried deep in ADP is because he didn't play at the beginning of the year. Give me Alvin Kamara.
I love it. That's a great pick. And he's one of those guys that kind of slipped down there a little bit, and I didn't even see him. So good call. All right, I'm going to remind everybody this is a super flex league that we're drafting here, and no one's taken a quarterback yet.
That's because I had 3 already. I know you said not to, but it feels weird.
4 teams, I think I can get by, but I see what you're going to do.
Yeah. So there's one guy that is currently on the board that is currently a top 12 quarterback, and that is Mr. Jared Goff, who plays in a good offense, has looked really solid, especially at home. He's really good. So I'll take Jared Goff here as the first quarterback that we've taken off the board here. The sleeper pick takes DeAndre Hopkins, and Foss, you're back up here.
Yeah, I'm just hammering running back here and sticking with Brand. The man who's in the top 12 just is ugly as possible, but he keeps getting the ball, and it's Brian Robinson, baby.
Yeah, you got to go that way. I figured you were probably going him.
He's the lead back there, and I lost him on the sheets because he's low. But yeah, he's been balling out for. He's getting what you need in an ugly way, and they're not going away.
Yep, good call. All right, Steve, you're up here.
Okay, I'm going to get dunked on for this, I already know. But I was going to come back and get Goff, so I don't like this draft. I keep getting sniped. I got to get a quarterback in here. I mean, and you look at it, Cousins is injured, Richardson's injured. I don't want Wilson. I'm afraid of that. There's a lot. Stafford, can I wait? Believe it or not, and I cringe when I do this. It's kind of a sleazy pick. I'm going to have to go upstairs and take a shower after this. I'm taking Deshaun Watson, and the only reason I'm doing it, he has these hit or miss weeks. Week 1, he was QB5. Week 3, he was QB10. Week 9, he was QB8. I know the other weeks he was horrible, but I'm just closing my eyes, and I'm wishing for upside, and I'll play him as a super flex.
I love it. I'm starting to think that maybe y'all, your phones don't scroll down far enough, because I feel like y'all are just missing guys left and right. I'm going to take a guy that just broke a ton of records.
Damn it. That's who I had queued up. I didn't scroll. I thought, I haven't scrolled down a ton.
Yeah, I don't know whose ranking these things are, but they definitely.
Dude, this is the preseason ADP, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really? Because I mean,
Yeah,
CJ
it's just
Stroud is still on the board. I should have taken him over Goff for that matter.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I'll take Stroud here at this pick. That's a pretty easy one for me. Obviously broke rookie records, won a game with 46 seconds left to go, throwing to his boy Tank Dell. Absolutely smashed. So yes, give me Stroud. Why didn't it select it? I selected him and it didn't go.
Because you're cheating, dude.
They wanted to go
Definitely.
to us.
It took him off the board, but it didn't select him on the draft. Because I don't. Oh, I see what it did. It put it under Ryan for some reason.
Because I was up.
It was meant to be.
You stole my pick. So
we're gonna fix that. Let me get
that's how I was gonna pick.
We got to vote on that veto.
Veto.
Stroud. There we go. And who did you pick, Ron? You picked Brian Robinson, right?
None of your business. I picked CJ Stroud.
All right. Let's see. Let me put Brian Robinson here, and then it should reset the draft here. There we go. All right. So team one, the sleeper team, takes Kirk Cousins, who's obviously not a great pick because he's not going to play the rest of the season, but we'll just allow it to go. Ryan, you got the next one here.
No, I'm never taking quarterbacks. I'm upset. Michael Pittman is coming on and being what we thought. He's on 4 straight games as a top 24 receiver or better, or top 20 receiver or better. I know it's Minshew Mania and they have a connection. I don't know if it's going to last long term, but it's the rest of the season, and that's his guy. And he just feeds his guy no matter what. Oh, I've hit the button, don't I?
Yeah, you got to pick the guy.
You know, you can steal my pick, but you can't make it for me. It's rude.
All right. Michael Pittman, that's a great pick there. All right, Steve, you're up here.
I'm going to do Scary Terry. I mean, he's wide receiver 17 on the season. And, I mean, the last couple of weeks don't look good. Wide receiver 25, 20, 18, 23. But if you look at the targets, he's getting fed the ball. Targets 11, converted 6, 9 converted 6, 12 converted 5, 7 converted 5. So if he just actually holds on to the ball, if he's wide receiver 17, he's worth a wide receiver 2, at least in my league, or 3. So I'll take him there.
All right, Terry McLaurin off the board. Jamie's in the chat, super confused. I don't know what he's confused about. So I'll just recap what we're doing here. We are drafting players for rest of season, super flex. I don't know what he's thinking that we're doing here because he's totally confused. We are not team building. We're just taking players rest of season who we like over other players. It's a little bit weird because it is using preseason ADP, so we're having to look for players that potentially have broken out, like the Goff pick. I would have never taken Goff over Stroud, but I didn't.
You would have before. I bet you would have before the season redraft.
Oh, 100% I would have, yes. But after the season, there's no way I'm thinking.
Yeah, this ADP is killing me though.
Yeah, the ADP is a little tough. It makes things a little bit more interesting. All right, so I am back up on the clock. Let me see who we have still on the board. So I pretty much smashed quarterbacks here. Let me go back. You know what? A guy that I mentioned earlier when I was talking about running backs is still on the board there. Aaron Jones looks healthy again. I know that offense is not what it used to be, but I think they're going to start sort of working it through him because obviously Jordan Love is not the answer. So I'll take Aaron Jones here. Sleeper takes Nick Chubb, so back-to-back players on IR for the sleeper team. So they're doing great.
Doing great.
Foss, you're up.
This one scares me a little bit because Justin Jefferson's coming back, but I believe in everything he's doing, and I think he's still going to be able to do it. And I think Jordan Addison, he's been balling out, and he's no longer going to be the guy. He's going to get a lot of single coverage and just eat now that he's proven himself.
Yeah, I like that. People that may have not caught, because Jamie's still wondering too, like why these players are going where they're going. We auto drafted the first 44 players, so we're starting at the 45th player. That's why you see guys that are going where they're going, because all the players that are above them have been drafted already. So, all right, Steve, you're back here at the what are we on, the 17th round, 17-3.
And it's crazy. I'm going to try to exploit this ADP. The 4th highest ranked running back is still in this draft. He has 605 rushing yards on the season, and I am getting him this late in drafts. I'm going to take me some of that Mostert. Let me get some ketchup and mustard and make myself a hot dog. Here we go.
Good stuff. I like it. I like it. All right. So now I am up on the clock, and I smartly sorted by points instead of ADP now. So I'm able to see what players are actually currently doing right now. And quarterbacks are a little rough. So I'm going to be looking at some of either the receivers or the running backs. And you know what? I'm going to be Homer right here. I'm going to take my boy Brandon Ayuk here at the end. I said it, in the beginning of the season, and it's proven to be true that he's the number one receiver in that offense, and he has been. The only thing he's missing right now from his resume is touchdowns. He's been getting the yards and the receptions and the targets and everything else. He just needs more touchdowns. And I think coming down the second half of the season, I think we can see him get into the end zone a little bit more. And Sleeper is on an IR kick because it takes Aaron Rodgers. So I think he just wants to take all of the IR players for us and leave us all the good players. So Foss, you're up here at the 18-2.
Geoff, were you talking about touchdowns earlier?
I was.
You were talking about touchdowns and homer picks. We are taking Gus Edwards, an absolute touchdown machine.
I like it.
6 in the past 3 weeks, 5 in the last 2. He is a red zone monster. I know we had to break out of Mitchell this week, but Gus has that role locked down, and the Ravens just live in the red zone.
Yeah, that's a great pick for sure. All right, Steve, what you got for your next pick here?
Yeah, I'm trying to exploit the heck out of his ADP, and I'm looking again, and I got this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy's ranked 8th running back on the season. My team don't really have running back. I'm gonna take the Chiefs, Isaiah Patrick. I already got ketchup and Mostert. Let me get some pistachios. Sign me up for this. I'm taking another running back.
I like it. All right, I'm just going to stay with that theme there. We're just going to go running backs straight through here, and this guy should be coming back healthy here, if not this week, by next week, and he was a beast when he was in there. I know Jahmyr Gibbs kind of took some of that shine off of him, but the Lions still want to use David Montgomery, so I think Montgomery's a good pick here. I'll take David Montgomery. And Sleeper takes Daniel Jones, who's also on IR, so they're on a kick there. I think they're just going for an all IR team. They're building for next year, apparently. All right, Foss, you're up.
I'm just doing it. It feels so gross. He's underperforming, but no, I'm not taking it. I'm taking Evan Ingram. He is the top target, especially in the red zone in Jacksonville. I know he's missed a little bit of time. I was thinking about taking Kyle Pitts, but it's Evan Ingram season still.
Yeah, Evan Ingram's been much better than Kyle Pitts for sure. All right, Steve, back to you.
I'm going to look at this ADP again. I'm going to exploit it a little bit, and I'm looking at the rookies that aren't imported in here. Give me Sam Laporta, who's the 4th tight end. I'll match him up with Kelsey, who I already have on his team. So Sam Laporta it is.
Yeah, you definitely sniped me there. I thought for sure you would not see Sam Laporta. But I will stick with tight end, and I will go with a guy that I don't even know if anybody knows how high this guy is actually ranked. And he's actually lost his number 1 quarterback for a few weeks, and it didn't matter. Cole Kmet right now is the tight end 5 in PPR. Surprising to think that, but he's been killing it. I think he had a game 2 weeks ago where he had 10 targets, caught all 10 of them in a PPR league. I know it's not tight end premium, but give me Cole Kmet here. All right. Oh. Sleeper sticks with IR again, goes with Anthony Richardson.
Oh, Jamie, you beautiful man. In this chat, I didn't even think of it while he was in there. Oh, no, never mind. I'm losing it. I missed you saying Laporta because I was looking for my next pick.
Oh, yeah, he took Laporta.
I saw him put that. I'm like, oh, my God.
He sniped me as well.
He sniped me. I am going with somebody who's been overperforming, and he is QB6 right now. When I'm pretty sure I saw you guys take QBs 8 and lower. I'm going with Sam Howell.
Yeah, he's been a beast. I got a lot of fans of the Commanders, and they're talking about how he has more passing yards now than guys like Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes and a few other guys.
He's 2,400. He's killing it.
Yeah, he's crushing it for sure.
He's second in the league in passing yards.
Yep. Steve, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to keep going on this rookie kick here, and I'm taking Zay Flowers. He's at 35. I mean, he's good for my depth on this team, so let me get Zay Flowers here.
I like it. All right, so I'm taking a page out of your book, and I'm looking at the rookies too. And another guy that I think should be coming back, similar to David Montgomery, and was an absolute smash when he was in there. But let me go with Devin A-Chain here.
Oh man, I was gonna cuff him a couple rounds.
All right, Sleeper finally gets somebody that's not on IR. They got Geno Smith and Foss. Back to you.
I'm taking Hollywood Brown. He's played pretty well with the just
Trash
roller coaster trash quarterback carousel he has, and Kyler Murray just has those googly eyes for him, man. He's going to come back and get peppered, and he's still performed well enough already.
Yep, he's been a high end receiver too with trash at quarterback, and we saw what Kyler can do with him last year. So yeah, that's a great pick. All right, Steve, back to you.
Okay, getting a little tricky now. Let me think how I want to do this. All right, I'm going to go running back because there's not too many more times I can go around. So I'm seeing the top 20 RB, James Cook. He's a starter. I mean, he's not great. I got RB8 numbers week 7, RB27 week 8, RB34. I'll take James Cook here just to have a strong bullpen.
I like it. All right, so I'm on the board, and I'm just going to keep smashing some of these rookies, and I already took CJ Stroud, so I'll take his main target from the last couple of weeks, Mr. Tank Dell, someone that I poo-pooed in the offseason because he was too small, but he's proved me wrong, and so I'm buying into Tank Dell now, so love it. Sleeper team picks Kyle Pitts. Foss, back to you.
Geoff, you just hate and don't respect short wide receivers.
I don't. Most of the time I'm right.
You are. I feel like it's too early to take a handcuff, even though it's a high-end handcuff, but I don't care. I'm taking Zach Charbonnet just because he's getting a little bit more involved, and if Ken Walker does get nicked up, which he seems to be recently, and he gets the full-time workload here, he's a top 12 back.
Yeah, good call. All right, Steve.
Well, I don't like what you guys are doing with the rookies. So I'm looking at the rookie draft, and I'm looking at the top wide receiver back in the offseason. So give me some of that Jackson Smith here, and I think we drained the rookie draft. I don't know.
Yeah. There's one more guy there that I'm looking at, but Jamie kind of piqued my interest a little bit in the chat, and he mentioned the other receiver there from the Texans that kind of had a breakout season, and he's still on the board as well. So I'll just double down on those Houston Texans receivers, and I'll go with Nico Collins as well. Jerry Jeudy goes next to the sleeper team, and we got this round and one more round after that. So Foss, you're up.
I'm gonna go with Christian Kirk. He's proven he's the wide receiver one in Jacksonville, not Ridley. He's a top 24 receiver right now, and he has that volume.
Yep, I love it. Great pick. I love Ridley, and I love Christian Kirk in the offseason as well. All right, Steve, what you got?
So, again, 4 teams. I'm kind of playing the numbers against this. There are solid quarterbacks here, so I can wait one more pick. So, just to round that out. So, I'm just going to keep filling and stuffing the running backs and the wide receivers when they come up. And I got Jacoby Myers here. He's wide receiver 16 on the season. I mean, who else are they going to throw to? And I mean, he got wide receiver 9, wide receiver 9, wide receiver 11. So Jacoby Myers is a solid pick here.
Yeah, I love it. That's a great pick. All right, so I'm going to go back to the running back well, and I'm going to take a guy that I was in love with this offseason, still do, and he just had a game where he had 30 touches. You don't get 30 touches in an NFL game anymore, but Mr. Javonte Williams did get 30 touches. I think he's going to be fully healthy the rest of the season, and if he can continue to get, even if he's getting 20 to 25 carries or touches a game, I'll take that all day. So give me Javonte Williams here. Sleeper takes Russell Wilson, and Ryan, this is your last pick.
Taking Keaton Mitchell, man, just balled out for Baltimore this week. 9 for 138, the FedEx Ground Player of the Week, back-to-back for Baltimore, 2 different backs. I don't know when that's ever happened, but I love what I saw out of him. I think he's going to be part of that offense. I don't know if he's going to be the RB1, but I want him.
Yeah, I love it. Go with the homer pick towards the end. All right, Steve, what you got?
Okay, my last pick. I'm looking at this team. I got Josh Allen. I got Trevor Lawrence. I got Deshaun Watson. So I got some good solid guys here. I love super flex leagues when I have 4 to 5 quarterbacks because I can kind of just in and out them, play the matchup, so to speak. So I'm going to go quarterback. Looking at the league, what we have here, Derek Carr, Stafford, there's some guys here, Russell Wilson, there's some solid guys, but I already have dependability. So why take the Volkswagen when I can get the Corvette? So let's look for a guy who's in this rookie draft class that was taken very high by the Panthers. And let's hope that one day, assuming this is a dynasty league, that he too will be a Corvette and have upside. Give me Bryce Young.
All right, good stuff. Good round out. All right, I'm going to take a guy that both me and Ryan had very high this offseason. We thought he was going to have his breakout year. He was very disappointing through 7 weeks. And then finally, week 8, he had a huge game against Philly and rounded it out again with a good game last week against the Patriots. Got the Seahawks this week. He has the Giants still. He's got the Miami Dolphins still on his schedule as well. Give me Jahan Dotson to round us out here. I think the rest of the season, I think Jahan Dotson is going to be a top receiver. If we're looking at top 24, he's going to be in that top 24 range easy. When first half of the season, he couldn't do anything. I think he's going to be solid the rest of the way. All right, so that wraps up our rest of season mock draft. A little difficult because of the ADP on Sleeper. I thought it would be updated. Apparently it was not, so that made it a little bit harder than it could have been. But that's all right. It was still fun. Let's get to our prop bet of the week.
Prop bet of the week.
All right, let me go. Ryan, I don't think Steve had one ready yet, so why don't you go first here?
Okay, I first want to apologize. I broke my streak, and George Pickens, I'm never picking a Steeler for anything again or saying anything positive about that organization again. Thank you for sucking.
It was a bad week because all of us got it wrong last week.
Bro,
It's like one of us, but we all were wrong last week.
He literally is every time he's had a terrible game, he followed up great, and now he's complaining on Twitter, on Instagram.
Yeah. It was pretty brutal. I think he had what 1.9 points or something like that.
Yeah, I'm taking a pick that you might be the one who would want this, Geoff, but I don't care. I'm taking Brock Purdy over 1.5 touchdown passes.
That's a good choice. I like it.
Jacksonville gives up 1.7 a game there in the bottom 10. 12 quarterbacks. They should score enough points. They should be enough to score on San Francisco to make it a little bit of a shootout. So I'm going to go with him there.
Yeah, I think there was a streak there for a while where he had 2 touchdowns in a consecutive streak. And then if he had some rough games there, I think the bye week hopefully can fix a few things for our offense. But I like that pick. Steve, any team you want me to click on and give you the props here? I can sort of call it out. We can walk it through.
Yeah, you know what? Let's look at what Danny DeVito got this week because I'm probably going to go against him because his name's Danny DeVito. What have the Giants got?
All right, so Danny DeVito's passing yards prop is at 165.5.
Okay.
You want to go lower on that?
I mean, the guy's 4'10", and he thinks he's a twin Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let me hook me up with that. I'll go the under. Danny DeVito, you suck.
All right, the lower on the 165, and I tend to agree. He's playing Dallas. It's going to be a tough game. I don't see how he gets to that number. So
there's no way. He thinks this is the taxi. This is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Forget about it. You're not getting it, Danny DeVito. No, sir.
All right, I'm going to go to a guy that I think Ryan just took it in our rest of season drafts, Mr. Sam Howell. We just mentioned he's one of the top passers in the league. He's going up against Seattle. I know that they're going to Seattle, tough place to play, but I think Washington sort of built their passing game around Sam Howell, and I think his weapons are there. He's got Terry McLaurin. He's got Jahan Dotson, who we just spoke about. I think Curtis Samuel is going to be coming back healthy, so I will take the over on the 255.5 passing yards for Sam Howell, and he keeps it going here. If any of my Commander friends are watching the show right now, they're going to not let me live that one down for sure. All right. So to recap, we have higher on 1.5 passing touchdowns on Brock Purdy. We have lower on Danny DeVito, 165.5. And we have higher on Sam Howell's 255.5 passing yards. I'm going to do the insured play this week where we can get 3 wrong, we could win 15, or we can get get 1 wrong and we still win some money. So we're going to go with the insured one here, which Underdog does. If you haven't done it before, you can actually get 1 wrong and still win. Obviously a lot less money, but we're going to go with the insured route here.
One in Rome.
All right. There's our picks. Our picks are in. And now we can round out the show with our Forgotten Fantasy Player.
Get ready for goingfor2.com's Forgotten Fantasy Player of the Week.
All right, Steve, you got to come strong here because you messed up the first time. I don't know.
Yeah,
Ryan wasn't in the chat, but he's Steve.
I was so happy to. I gave him a guy, and he's like, "You're not supposed to tell me." So you know what I did just for you, Geoff? I have a 20-year-old keeper league, and I went back and I pulled Yahoo stats just for you.
Nice.
This guy was the anchor of my team during 2010 to 2014. Okay. He was drafted in 2008. Did you know, Ryan? Because I see you rolling your eyes. This feels like a history lesson, doesn't it?
No, I'm trying to. No, this is me. That's how I think.
That's how Ryan thinks by rolling his eyes.
I just see. But anyway, did you know that this guy in 2009 had 164 rushing yards for 4 weeks in a row? He was RB 12 to 15 for me. And I kept him as my keeper. And everybody laughed at me. But guess what? The next year, he was RB4. He was RB4. I'm trying to use dates on y'all.
Arian Foster.
No, but that was a good guess. But no, sir. That is not it.
All right. So he had 164 yards total in his.
No, for 4 games straight. He had 164 per game. That was the average.
Oh, Doug Martin.
And I'll give you a little more. He actually, probably shouldn't, but he suffered a torn ACL in 2011 and kind of went a little downhill from there, but he finished RB8 in 2012.
Okay. I need some more. I need
RB7 in 2014.
What was it? 2000. So his run of dominance was what year to what year?
2000.
He was strong 2010 to 14. You got, actually, you know what? Yeah, 2014 you ended. Here, this one might help. Okay.
Fred Taylor.
No. He retired in 2018. Okay. In 2018.
It wasn't that long ago.
He played 2 games against Dallas. And this was the last time anybody ever heard from him. He had 5 carries for 10 yards, and he disappeared after that. He's been on milk cartons ever since.
God.
2018. That wasn't that
long
ago.
Look at his
face. That was not long ago. Huh?
I got him. Look at his face.
And you said he was drafted in 2008, correct?
I'll even give you this. He was a 3rd-round draft pick in a running back, mind you, in 2008. That's when they were still drafting running backs high, too, if you recall. This is a 3rd-rounder.
10-year career. That's a pretty long career. How many teams did he play for in his career?
Yeah.
I was at Jamal Charles.
Ding, ding, ding. Winner, chicken dinner.
Nice. Good.
I almost said him earlier, and I was like,
I was going to say Larry Johnson was there, but I didn't want to give it away.
When you said you got made fun of for keeping him, that chased me away from him.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, he was like kind of that dude. Like, he was drafted highly because of that speed. That threw me off a little bit.
See, that league, though, it's a 20-year home league, right? And it's been going. We only had 1 keeper back then, but it's evolved. It's evolved to a super flex. Now we have an 11-on-11. So we keep all kinds of stuff now. But that was the only player I was allowed to keep, and that's what I took.
Nice. That's a good pull. I like it. Good stuff. And go ahead and good hints, too, because you could have given it away easily, right? Because Jamal Charles, we all know the name. So
you would have said Chiefs immediately.
Yeah, that would have been right. Yeah, 100%. It would have been him or Priest Holmes or something. Exactly.
Good.
Great pull, man. Great pull.
Thanks.
All right, that wraps the podcast up, man. Let's go around the room. Steve, we'll start with you. Give us your Twitter handle, plug what you're working on, anything you wanted to mention.
I'm on IDP Hunters on Twitter. Y'all can message me if you have any questions, IDP related, offense too, whatever. I'm over at Fancy Six Pack. I'm a writer, like I said. Same thing at IDP Guys. I do the podcast on YouTube, and it's also on Spotify. And then in the off season, I'm actually going to have another show. It's going to be for Dynasty Rankings.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Ryan, what you got going on?
Same old. Fox 534 here Wednesday nights and over at the Dynasty Big Board at the Rookie Big Board Podcast Network on Wednesday mornings.
Good stuff. Steve, once again, thanks for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. We definitely want to get you back on. Jamie's in the chat. You know, he seems to like you as well. So you're doing good. You've had at least 2 of our Going for 2 members on your show already. So
Right.
Definitely, repay the favor and have you on a few times on our show as well.
We were talking about the Zombie League the other day. You were getting mad props.
Oh yeah, yeah. That I made a very savvy move in the Zombie League and I ended up winning that. That was
So I was conspiring against you because I thought I had it on just my IDP. I had a bunch of deep plays, and I'm like, I think I got him. Don't say anything. Don't say anything, Jamie. And you pulled that. I did not see that coming. If you were on Survivor, you had both idols, and I was screwed. So
good stuff.
It was great.
Again, I wanted to plug our charity contest. It's going to be played on DraftKings, goingfor2.com/toys. It's free to register. Obviously, we ask that you donate. We're up to $600. Our goal is 1,000. So please go do that. Goingfor2.com /toys. For Ryan, for Steve, I'm Geoff. We will see y'all next week.